Welcome to Uganda Catholic Television, UCTV, Good News for All. I'm your host, Ayebe Lam Anthony, and in today's show, we are honored with two distinguished guests from the Uganda Xaverian movement. Gentlemen, welcome to the show, and can you introduce yourself to our TV audience?
I'm by the names of Titus Okwiri Joseph, National Trainer, Xaverian Movement.
I'm Benedict Chiwanuka, the National Xaverian Coordinator. I do all the work at the Uganda Catholic Secretariat for the movement.
Yes. What should someone know about the Uganda Xaverian movement?
Uganda Xaverian movement is a movement of Catholic action. It is a movement within the Catholic Church. We witness to Christ. This is a movement that embodies all types of people, the children, the teenagers, the youths, and the adults. We give charity. The spirituality of the movement is love. And the rallying cry or the motto of the movement is charity forever. That is the spirituality of the movement. You can ably understand the work we do when you read about the story of the Good Samaritan. We look out to give service to the needy. And we are in the whole of the country of Uganda, in all the dioceses, parishes, and sub-parishes. Uganda Xaverian movement is both for the male and for the female, though practically we do our work separately. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Okwi, as the national trainer, which other dioceses have you reached out to in training the Xaverian members?
I've reached out around Lugazi, especially Nagarama. I've reached out to Ginger Diocese. I've reached out to all over the place, all over the dioceses that I've been training, and people have come out.
Yes, that's good.
To join.
What does the training undertake?
The training, when you need, first of all, one, you need to know about the movement. That's what we have to tell you about. You need to know about the movement. Then, second of all, we have to give you the what is supposed to be done. Especially like if we are supposed to have a training, we come, we give you the theory, the technical, the practical, the techniques, all that, and then from there it takes like 2 months for you to join the movement. Yes.
Yes. From your training workshops, who are the majority of the members? Are they the youth? You have married people, school children, those in secondary school, the students. So who comprise that group?
Maybe to chip in.
Yes.
Though the movement has the 4 branches, as we said,
yes.
Enrollment is not done to the adults. Enrollment is done to the young people, because it's not a matter of training, but the Xaverian movement is a formation school. And as you know, an adult is already done. So we only, just like the army, you may not be able to join it at 40 or 50. So we recruit the children immediately after the first Holy Communion. Somebody is free to join. You don't join before that. So it now depends on the stations or the dioceses where we have gone. Who have they mobilized? As long as it's from 9 years to 25 years, we train and enroll. Yeah. And when it comes to his training department, it's a big department. So not each member goes everywhere. They interchange into different dioceses. There is a national technical committee that does the work.
Yes. And the history of the Xaverian movement in Uganda, can you tell us
Yeah,
something
in
about
Uganda.
it? When did it start?
In Uganda, the movement started in 1958. The movement was started by the White Fathers. From the beginning, from Father Georges Defoe, the White Father, and then brought by the White Fathers to Uganda. And the White Fathers, initially it was in the seminaries. So the seminarians are the ones that brought it out to the different dioceses and trained the young people. Historically, when the movement was started, what was the basic interest? The founders started the movement with youngsters. We call them the zealots, the teenagers. It started immediately after World War II, because the movement started in 1952. And the purpose was to reach out to the needy. They wanted the energetic young boys. So it started with boys and teenagers, those young energetic ones, that they would move out with to give needed services and even to give what they could offer to people in need. And the movement is generally African. It's within the African continent. Though the White Fathers are all over, but the sister movement on the other side of the world is called Chiro.
Chiro.
It's called Chiro. In the European countries, it's Chiro. It's that very symbol we wear. We have the symbol, both of us, the other side and here, but for us, we are called Xaverian movement, derived from the saint Francis Xavier. So from Francis Xavier, we have the Xaverian movement. And the reason is because he reached out to the poor. He's the missionary who is known to have gone out for the needy. Yeah, so basically our task as Xaverian movement, the work who is Xaverian, is that person who comes out to witness to Christ by reaching out to the needy. We offer that service. We reach out to the needy by our hands. The Xaverian movement does not have funds that reach out to the needy, but we use our very hands to reach out to these people.
So what are some of the projects you've undertaken to support the very needy
and
in
these
society?
And these projects are continuous.
Yes.
Every substation or parish or diocese do these things continuously.
Yes. What are those prominent ones?
And the prominent ones, when we reach out to the needy out there, we look out at certain key things that are predominant in these villages. We make latrines. I shouldn't say toilets because in the villages,
village setting,
exactly, the latrines, the sometimes even the huts themselves. You find that we need to make the mud and make these huts once again. We do the compound cleaning, the sanitation all around, the bathrooms. Then we also, this is modern a bit, it was not done before, but these days we even have the gears to deal with maybe some infections in the houses. So we spray if the houses need any spraying. There are villages where we reach out and these old people even have jiggers. We make sure that we deal with that and even spray them. We reach out to hospitals, to prisons, and we pray with these people and also offer the little, because that offering aspect also contributes to the spirituality. When a Xaverian gives maybe 1,000 shillings just to the needy, it also gives the heart that I can offer. So basically, that's the Xaverian. Now, on one aspect, we normally rotate around three aspects. The charity aspect, and then we have the educational aspect.
Education. Can you show us something on education? Why are you touching the lives of those?
Yes, we do informal education. When we have not reached out to the people, the members themselves within the movement are given education. In many areas, we have an array of badges that you see members put on. And it depends on what this person has, call it graduated in. So Throughout the year from January to December, members in their different localities are undergoing training. This training is to enable them know what to do out there, because you cannot offer what you don't have. So some of these, I can give you some of these badges. We have the badge of domestic science. Every Xaverian has to know what it takes in the kitchen.
They need to learn how to cook,
exactly,
how to prepare the dishes.
Have the dishes, the different types of foods, and so on. So, and they do it to the best level, including things like the cakes and so on. And that is done from the young age. These people get to know that. We have the badge of pedagogy, to know how to handle the different groups of people, the years of these people. How do you handle them? The leaders themselves. If I'm having a group of children, how can I tell their needs? How do I handle them? How do I lecture to them? How do I teach them a skill? You need to get to know that. We have the leadership badge. How much do you know about your church? How much do you know about the organization, other organizations? How much do you know about political science? So general knowledge. But that is now to do with as you get to the youthful stage as a leader. We have badges to do with even entertainment. We have such badges. When you see somebody with a badge and there is a bad, that one means he's so good at entertainment. People are trained in these different badges, and at a given time, we normally do badges, 2 badges per year. So many Xaverians die without finishing the whole area of badges. You cannot. And every branch has different badges. The children, the teenagers, the youths, and then the adults. All of them have. There is a complete big syllabus for the movement that we go through. Yeah. Yes. So that's education. The last aspect is development. Development. The Xaverians are supposed to see to it that there is development where they stay and to the community where they live and within the church. Yeah. As we do our charity, we try to balance. We do charity first within the church, doing ushering and so on, the liturgy, even the choir and so on. So within the church, we do that. And then we go to the community. But now as we progress, in fact, this very, not to get to the other aspect of the program, we are now looking so much at development, that aspect, development. The times that we are in right now necessitate the Xaverians to have some facilitation as we do. For example, the Red Cross, the Red Cross and the St. John's Ambulance are our partners when it comes to the badge of first aid.
So there's training for Xaverian members to learn how to administer first aid.
Exactly. And the moment somebody is through with the first stage of first aid, he gets the first aid badge. Yeah, and to the different levels. But now the challenges are right now, we have other old methods of doing first aid. But these days there are some modern methods. Right now we carry somebody on a stretcher. Initially, we used to carry them on our hands. So we used to have those methodologies of carrying people on their hands. But now there are stretchers, we have gloves, So
sometimes you can even design a stretcher in case you don't have one.
Yes, in case you don't have one, fine, exactly. That one, you design a stretcher and use it. But when we are in occasions like, say, the Martyrs Day in Namugongo, then we get some help from these organizations. But the Xaverian movement is now looking into this aspect. Can we have these facilities also to carry out this? So that is maybe some kind of challenge, but we are looking into it. And this conference will rotate around it so much.
Yes. Mr. Okwi, what have been the highlights in your training of Xaverian members? What highlights would you share, like the members you've trained? Can you share it with us?
Yeah.
Experiences, lessons.
The experience I've got is that the members that I've trained are now upcoming. They're
getting the badges.
They are not really. They're just upcoming.
Yeah, the budding.
But they'll soon come to get those badges.
That's
because
good.
we shall still go on in kind of the training to
Training
give them
them.
more aspects that can go on. And also we are still continuing to bring out more people, and in the dressing codes they need to dress out properly how the Xaverians are supposed to be. Yes. Yeah, so that's my highlight.
Yes, and can you tell us some schools you've reached out to that have Xaverian members? Schools in Central, Eastern, Northern, West Nile, Western Uganda. What are the schools that have the movements? Or at the Dacian level? Can you?
No, I've not reached out in most of the dioceses. Some of the dioceses that are schools like now. Okay, the diocese I have reached in Lugazi, the Nagalama you are talking about.
Yes.
And the St. Teresa and Namugongo. Those are the dioceses.
Yeah, because Titus was assigned. He was assigned that diocese. So some other people are assigned. But we don't work only in schools. In fact, the core is in the parishes. It's called a parochial movement. We reach out to people in parishes. And we do go to schools just for one reason, that these people sometimes are in school now. They leave home and then go to school.
Yes,
so
like it's our building block.
Exactly.
For that Xaverian movement at school.
Exactly. When they go to school, then they meet the different other Xaverians from different areas, and they have to continue with. But most of the schools do have the movement. For example, when you talk about Kampala Archdiocese, you have in all the missionary schools, Nabingo, Namagunga, St. Mary's Kisubi, Mapera, SS in Tebe, St. Joseph's Girls, Gayaza, all these missionary schools have the movement in them. When you go to the different dioceses in Masaka, you have the St. Henry's, Kitovu, Archbishop, in Buyege, many of these schools all around have the movement. Yeah. And all dioceses. We have going to some dioceses, but they're a bit weak because, as our listeners may be hearing this program, some of them may wonder, say, but I don't see some of these people around here. Yeah, for example, in Moroto, there is only one parish in the movement, and there are geographical problems to deal with that issue there. With that issue. So basically, that is it. Yeah.
That's insightful. So you're organizing the International Xaverian Conference in Uganda. What should the audience know? What should the public know?
Thank you so much, moderator. Yeah, Uganda Xaverian Movement is hosting the International Xaverian Conference 2023. All the countries are coming to Uganda, Kampala, Namugongo, Martyrs Shrine. From the 23rd up to the 27th, we shall be there. So the leaders of the different countries are coming in here for that conference.
What are some of the countries?
Some of the countries. Yeah, South Africa has confirmed. Let me give you the ones that have confirmed up to today. We have received confirmation from South Africa, from Kenya, from Burundi, from Rwanda, from DRC, or Democratic Republic of Congo. And that's where our headquarters are, as per now. I think those are the ones I've now seen on the net that are already set. They have sent in their lists of members coming to Uganda.
What are the planned activities lined up?
Yeah, now for the conference on 23rd, on Wednesday, the foreign delegates will be arriving into the country. So we shall be collecting them from the different routes. Some countries will come by road and others by plane. So we are we're ready for them. On the 24th, we shall have the opening mass, and we shall have even a session for catechesis on the 24th. The opening mass, we anticipate to have a bishop from Fort Portal, Robert Muhirwa, to be with us. He loves the movement so much, and we expect to have him on that day. On the 25th, we shall have the leaders of the different countries meeting for that conference. And in the afternoon, we shall have a meeting of the chaplains, most especially those in Uganda. We'll have to meet with a few of the other ones, and then the National Board of Uganda Xaverian Movement. On the 26th, we are having a session about FIAC. That is the different movements in the church. Different movements now, Catholic action movements, will come together in Namugongo with us. They will come on Saturday so that we share the aspect of the volunteerism and the spirituality of the different movements. And then on the 27th, that is when it will be the climax. On the 27th, we are inviting all Xaverian members in Uganda to be present to Namugongo. It is a day for the Xaverian fraternity. We shall have the High Mass starting at 11 o'clock, and the Archbishop of Kampala was invited to lead us into that celebration.
Yes, and on the membership, is it open to all on the opening days, 23rd?
On those days,
the membership
is to do to those people that have the meetings. Yes. The open membership is on the 27th. On the 27th. 26th and 27th, those days are open. Yeah, on 26th, members are welcome, and members of different movements are welcome. On the 27th, I now urge, in fact, the sections, parishes of the whole Uganda, but most importantly, Kampala Archdiocese, because they're nearby, they can drive in and then go back home, to come in big numbers on the 27th to welcome the different leaders and visitors from the rest of the countries.
Yes, I think that's great. Yes. So you heard it from the national coordinator of the Uganda Xaverian movement. They want you to turn up in large numbers to give and share their experiences of selflessly supporting those in need in Uganda. Thank you for watching Uganda Catholic Television. Good news for all. Thank you.